boy, we got a lot to talk about today. Welcome to Fantasy Football Today, presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. So I thought Tutu Atwell was going to be okay today. He is not. He's not doing anything. Could be a sign of things to come. A lot of these wide receivers that have an opportunity, they may just be bad. Keep that in mind. And we're going to help you out with those decisions. And we're going to talk about this really bad showing, 21-0 Rams over the Jaguars. Hey, you got to kick the field goal at the end of the first half. What are you thinking? 4th down and 7, and you don't kick the chip shot field goal? If you'd kicked the field goal there, you could have kicked the field goal in the third quarter, and it'd be a 2-possession game right now. So,
no, it'd be a 5-possession game because the field goal is the best they're going to get. They'd be hoping they could get 5 more field goals. You know what? I feel like you got some negativity about this day and all the injuries.
Yeah.
And I feel the exact opposite.
Oh,
this is when championship runs begin. 75% of fantasy football players are sitting between 2-4 and 4-2. And this game's so huge for the standings. And they don't have 75% of the guys they drafted because they're hurt or they sucked or whatever. And so we got to make the magic happen with all these low-end starters, go get a win, and start the march to a championship.
So did you make that stat up?
What?
The 75% thing?
I made all those stats up.
Okay. It sounded really good. I'm going to give you a stat that's not made up. Well, actually, I don't know how updated it is.
So it's 100% made up.
Well, it updates pretty quickly. I don't know how updated it is. I'm going to hit refresh here. But right now, the Jacksonville Jaguars are tied with the Cleveland Browns with 17 drops this season, most in the NFL, and by far the most in the NFL. And the Eagles, Texans, and Ravens have 3. They're the best. Just think about that. 17 drops for the Jaguars this year. Pretty bad. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, Jacob.
Good afternoon.
Let's talk shop here. What's the latest on the weather, Heath? Are we freaking out about the weather?
I don't think you should be freaking out. There were some people freaking out earlier in the week about 50-mile-an-hour winds, and that's not happening. But that doesn't mean it's okay either. The over-under in Cleveland, last I looked, was down to 34.5, and there's a reason for that. There's going to be 15 to 20-mile-an-hour winds. It's going to be raining off and on pretty much all game in Cleveland. That being said, I don't think you can get away from Jalen Waddle. You're definitely not getting away from Achane. Harold Fant has a 6-yard ADOT, so it's probably not going to affect him that much. I think at the beginning of the week, we expressed some hope for a Jerry Jeudy bounce back week and a good matchup. And a lot of that hope is probably gone now. And then also in Chicago, it's windy. They call it the Windy City. And it has been raining all day, but it shouldn't be raining during the game. Small downgrade to the passing game for me for the Bears and the Saints, but I'm still starting Chris Olave.
Okay. Jacob, what are your thoughts on some of the backup wide receivers? Because there was another report this morning that Emeka Egbuka really does have a chance to play this week. So I'm pretty petrified of if I don't have Egbuka or Evans to throw in my lineup, to going with the Buccaneers pass catchers other than those 2 guys. Although I would be impressed if Egbuka could play this week. But anyway, there's the Bucs, there's the Titans, there's the Jets, there's a bunch of teams that have injuries at wide receiver. There's also Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers are both out today. Who are some sleepers you like this week? Commanders, obviously a big one too.
Yeah, with the Commanders, I do like the rookie Jalen Lane a lot. I think they drafted him with the catch and run skill set kind of in mind, like somebody who can work from the slot and do some of the things that Deebo Samuel does for them. And then they used him down the field a lot during the preseason too. So I think he's interesting. And then Luke McCaffrey, their second-year receiver there, has played really well this year, made some big plays for them. So those are 2 guys I'm looking at as players who could step up. I have McCaffrey 1 spot behind Jordan Whittington, ahead of Kayshon Boutte, Jalen Coker, who's going to be back this week, who I like a lot. And then I have Lane even higher than him. So I'm pretty high on them. I think you could also look to the Texans rookie receivers, Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel, or even Xavier Hutchinson, with Christian Kirk banged up coming out of the bye week. We could see some more looks for those rookies.
We could.
He didn't say Jack Bish.
Jack Bash is a good one. Yeah, that's a good name to bring up.
But
these are good names to bring up, but are they going to actually be good names? You know what I mean? Like it's obviously we don't know, but yeah.
Two deeper names, Besh and Adonai Mitchell. The Colts are going to be without Josh Downs and Ashton Doolin, who played ahead of Mitchell after Mitchell had that weird game where he, made a couple of mistakes. I have those guys both in the top 60, so barely ahead of Hutchinson and Knoll, who I mentioned, ahead of like Torrey Horton, but behind guys like Marvin Mims, Isaac Tesla, Alec Iomanor, Luther Burden. So they're names you could consider.
I think, like, I'm glad he said top 60, because I don't know that any of the names we've said yet are in my top 40. That 40 through 60 range is just really populated with all of these guys. I would still start Alec over all of the replacements. The name I should say that was probably already rostered, but not in some leagues, Trey Tucker, is like, actually, I legitimately want to start him.
Yeah.
I'm like annoyed that Jacoby Myers is out because now everyone's going to rank Tucker high. I already had him as a top 30 receiver this week, and I thought that was going to be a big edge on like the rankings competition. Yeah, I think that's a good call. I think he'll play well against the Chiefs.
I think Michael Mayer is really interesting too.
Yep.
I dropped him this morning. I had Kyle Pitts, and I regret it now. I mean, my thought was like Michael Mayer is just a 1 week thing because they have a bye, and then Bowers should be back. But I think I probably would just drop Pitts and start Mayer. Is Mayer in your top 12, Heath? And we'll get to your questions very shortly, I promise.
Yes. I've got Harold Fannin 6th. I've got Michael Mayer 9th. I've got Mason Taylor 12th.
Okay.
It's the deepest week I can ever remember at tight end, which means that half of them are probably going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it also probably means it's a bad week at wide receiver, right? Because that kind of opens doors for tight ends. All right. The other thing is, Heath, in our podcast leftovers league, no one has picked up Emmanuel Wilson yet. I feel like we kind of have to do that.
He's been trying all day to drop Harold Fannin, Jacob. Like, the only thing Adam really wants to do is drop Harold Fannin before he has 9 catches for 85 yards and a touchdown.
We could drop someone else, but what I'm saying is Emmanuel Wilson is someone you might want to roster. He is, let me check his roster. He was 18% this morning. He's now 24% rostered. Josh Jacobs, we're not going to know. They got a 425 game. We're not going to know until an hour and a half before that, but Josh Jacobs is sick. He also has a calf issue. He seems to be a genuine game time decision. If Jacobs is out, we're going to want to start Wilson. So, Heath, what do you think? Should we drop Brian Robinson, or why don't we drop Romeo Doubs? We don't need Romeo Doubs.
Okay. I mean, I would start Romeo Doubs over JMO, but if that's what you'd like to do, go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to drop Doubs, and we're going to start Wilson over David Montgomery if Jacobs is out. Agreed?
Was that your boy, Jacob?
I'm a big fan of Montgomery. I would probably just start him and not drop Dobbs and just not worry about it.
No, I meant Terrence Ferguson just got a touchdown.
Oh, let's go. Yes, that is my boy.
Oh, no, another tight end touchdown. Jeez, they're killing him. Okay, sorry, that was a long intro with a lot of news. So Matthew Stafford, by the way, has played so well today. Let's
not just today, all season.
Yeah. So, but I mean, surprised without Puka. Let's go. Here we go. Should I start Jordan Addison or hold and wait to start? Yeah, Emmanuel Wilson, Michael Carter, or Woody Marks. Ooh, that's tough.
It'd be Addison. We think, like, we don't know this, and you're right. You have to have a backup plan, and you should add Emmanuel Wilson. We think Josh Jacobs is going to play.
Yeah, the drop off from Addison to Carter or Marks seems huge to me, so I don't think it's worth rolling the dice on maybe getting a little bit better play there with Wilson.
Okay. We'll heat up rice in a plastic bowl until my question gets answered. Cetero McMillan, Romeo Doubs, DJ Moore, or JMO, unless that's Chris Moore.
McMillan.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
and
you're wrong.
I know. Adam loves Sauce Gardner. He's going to hold T-Mac to 12.9 fantasy points like he does everyone else. And which of these guys, Adam, is going to score more than 12.9 PPR fantasy points?
Yeah, I really like Jameson Williams this week. I do.
Yeah.
I said it last week, right? On this show with you guys, I had a feeling about JMO. I just feel like he's too talented. He's got 7 or more targets in 2 of his last 3 games. It has coincided with a lower average route depth. They're using him a little bit differently. We saw the touchdown came on a crosser. That's good stuff. And I just think this game is just perfect for Jared Goff and Jameson Williams. So I am honest, seriously going with, it's not just to be like dramatic. I really would start Jame over T-Mac.
So
the other two would stay T-Mac for what it's worth.
I think we should stick on T-Mac for just a second because Dave and I have him ranked right around 20th this week. I think Jamie has him ranked 30th, and Adam said he would be closer to where Jamie is. Gibbs, I assume that you're just not unbothered by Sauce Gardner and starting T-Mac everywhere.
Yeah, I have him at 19th, so same range as you, it sounds like.
The thing is with him is he hasn't really been that good.
Stop saying that.
He hasn't. But for fantasy purposes, he hasn't really been that good. So he's got his toughest matchup. So I'm not going to rank him higher than what he's been for the season in his toughest matchup. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't really make sense to me. All right. Would you drop Chris Godwin for Darnell Mooney? We don't even know if Mooney's going to play this week. No, I don't think I'd do that.
Is Sauce Gardner definitely better than Christian Gonzalez?
No, but Gonzalez doesn't travel. And Gardner's going to shadow him. I'm going by what Gardner has done to all of the receivers that he has faced. Cortland Sutton just had 1 point last. I don't remember what it was. Right? Like, all right, you know what? I'm willing to make this bet. Whatever you want the stakes to be. JMO.
Wow.
Yeah. We can accept from the chat. You know,
I think we have to shave 3 lines in our eyebrow.
Look, I already have like unintentional lines here. So in our eyebrow. I got a scar. I don't know if you can see my scar. I already have one line. I'll shave 3 lines in my eyebrow. No, I won't.
I don't believe you. No, you won't.
Fannin or Otten, and why?
Super close. I do lean towards Fannin. I think there's a little bit more upside for him to make some big plays, but Otten definitely has upside. Like that game could be a huge shootout. So that either way, but I just want to target that Dolphins defense. Like I think Fannin could have a lot of yak, could break a touchdown in that spot, but it's really close.
I think the reason why, because this is a coin flip of my projections, the reason why is the shocking development that Emeka Egbuka could play.
Right.
Because if Egbuka and Evans are both playing, then Otten wouldn't be near as high.
That's true.
And I don't know. I think this is just kind of a coincidence, but Otten has only done well when Evans has been out. I think it's not when Godwin has been out. Like last year when Evans was healthy and Godwin was out, Otten was terrible. The only time he was good was when Evans was out. It might just be a coincidence, but so I wouldn't go this far. I would not sit Teteroa McMillan for Luke McCaffrey. And I definitely wouldn't sit Ted Mick for like McCaffrey. But we get what you're saying. Start 2 in PPR. Teteroa McMillan's Stephon Diggs, Matthew Golden, Kamani Vidal.
Teteroa for sure.
Yeah. I'll go with him and Vidal. I was thinking about Golden.
I really want to start Golden. I have Diggs at 12 in the projections, and I've got Vidal quite a bit higher than that. So, yep, I agree.
You have Diggs at 12 points.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, speaking of 12 points, Teteroa McMillan is averaging 12.8 points per game. He's wide receiver 30 per game this year.
Speaking of 12, are we seeing Travis Hunter finally being unleashed in this second half?
First half, he played 0 defensive snaps in the first half, and I think 25 in the offensive snaps in the first half. So,
but he didn't score any fantasy points.
No, he just I saw he had a big catch, but yeah, he might have played exclusively on offense today. I'm not sure.
He was in for a play against Devonta Adams earlier, broke up a pass there.
Oh yeah. Yep. Okay. Pick 1 running back and 1 flex: Swift, Mason, Addison, Waddle.
I think it's Swift and Waddle.
Yep.
Let me see where I have Mason. It's actually, yeah, Swift and Waddle.
Okay. Start Romeo Doubs or wait for Egbuka with Woody Marks as a backup?
I think I just start Doubs.
I would start Doubs, but that's a 4:30 start. You're going to have a much better idea of what your chances of winning with 10 to 12 points are. That's what I think you're getting from Doubs. And so if you're way down at 4:00, Travis Hunter touchdown.
Oh, really?
Let's go. I didn't start him, but I'm very excited to see this. This is a great development. Travis
Should be
Hunter
tough.
bags.
People are going to have to
still
hold
alive.
on to him now through the bye. Look at that. You know what? Finally, they throw the ball downfield to him. Okay, so the thing about Marks is that he should probably catch some passes. It's only a half PPR league for you, Tom. But Seattle's got arguably the best run defense in football. They haven't allowed a run longer than 13 yards to a running back all year. Bryce Young or Sam Darnold, super flex.
I think it's a Darnold pretty easily for me.
I've got Young just ahead, but I wouldn't argue too much.
Jacoby Myers out. Would you start Xavier Worthy or Trey Tucker? I also have Jerry Jeudy.
I would start Tucker.
Me too.
Boy, Brian Thomas Jr., unbelievable. I don't know how many drops he has today. I think probably one, but he's got 3 or 4 balls that could have been caught. 3 catches for 31 yards on 7 targets. Frustrating. Sit one. JSN, Rice, Olave, Sutton.
I would say Olave.
Yeah, especially half PPR.
Okay. Yeah, are you Chiefs Nation excited about Rashee Rice today?
Oh yeah.
I think I'm still the most cautious, but he's definitely a start and a top 20 wide receiver. But
I have him a wide receiver 7.
yeah, I think like it's gonna be fascinating because if he comes back and has the 30% target share, then just the rest of like Xavier Worthy might be just a flex.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little cautious with Worthy today, a little bit. I think I only have him in one league. I'm starting him, but you'll see. You're getting a lot of Xavier Worthy questions today. This apparently was one of the most asked questions from the earlier broadcast. You know, they say 75% of people were asking this question.
Okay.
Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams?
Jaden. Damn.
My answer to this question, I think, has changed 3 times this morning. But I would currently say Jaden. I'm pretty scared of him with no receivers. I'm also a little scared of Caleb in wind and rain. But slight lean to Jaden.
Have any quarterbacks done really well against Dallas with just bad weapons? I don't know. I mean, Bryce Young threw for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns last week. Russell Wilson threw for 450 yards, but Neighbors was a beast in that game.
Were you just calling Tedrow McMillan bad weapons?
It's got to stop.
No. Sorry. I didn't mean for it to come out that way. I'm just saying he only threw for 200 yards. Jaden Daniels can obviously throw for 200 yards, even with no receivers. And he's, Bryce Young had a big game, 24 and a half PPR fantasy points is almost the worst that any quarterback has done against the Cowboys this year. Jalen Hurts was slightly worse in week 1, 24.3. All right, let's see. I need help. I'm sit one. Keenan Allen, Matthew Golden, Alvin Kamara, Kendrick Bourne.
I would sit Bourne.
Yeah, I think so too. That's tough.
That's been one of the big line adjustments that I made this morning. And it may have changed again, but I think it was 3.5 point favorites the 49ers were earlier in the week. And when I just updated, Falcons were favored by 1.5. And then the other one is the Giants point total is just plummeting.
Oh, really?
Everybody was laughing about how the Dolphins are having an implied total of 16 because of the weather in Cleveland. The Giants now have an implied total of 16.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Boy, that's not cool.
I mean, it's not no guarantee, but that's just something to keep up on.
Yeah. All right. Bam Knight, Tajay Spears, or Tyler Algier. Wow. I have almost this exact same decision to make. My league's full PPR. I'm not going with Algier. I had Spears, then I went with Knight. In half PPR, I would have had Knight the whole time. So I'm going to go Knight.
I actually have Algier the highest.
I get it. It just...
I think Algier makes sense. I have Knight like a quarter of a point ahead of Algier. But like obviously better matchup for Algier, I think.
Yeah. Kamara or Lad McConkey, PPR?
Lad. I'm very low on Knight this week. I'm worried that they're just going to get way behind and it's going to be more Michael Carter.
I'm very worried about that too, but none of those guys.
Lad, I've got it 13.7. Kamara 13.6. So I will go with Lad.
So I gave this stat at the 8:30 edition of this show. I'll probably say it again tonight because I think it's so cool. Alvin Kamara, if you just remove touchdowns, yards and catches alone, Alvin Kamara is averaging more PPR fantasy points per game without touchdowns than Ashton Genty. He's averaging 10.6 fantasy points per game on yards and catches alone, maybe a 2-point conversion or something in there. I don't know, just removing touchdowns. And Ashton Genty's at like 10.3. But Kamara scored 1 touchdown in 6 games. He just doesn't score. But he's like a little underappreciated, I think, in that sense.
Well, in full PPR, because
totally.
He started catching 4 or 5 passes again. He's still been really bad.
Yeah.
Like what you say about Tedero McMillan, you should start saying about Alvin Kamara more often.
I agree. I think I treat them seriously, and they both have touchdown problems unless they're playing the Cowboys.
I think of that more as a Genty stat. That scares me on him because I don't know how many touchdowns we're getting out of him.
Somebody asked me this earlier in the week, so I should say read Genty. He's only RB20 for me in non-PPR. I think he's RB12 in full PPR. I think we get more. Gino's going to have to throw because they're going to be so far behind, and he doesn't have Jacoby or Bowers, so I think we might get a couple more Genty catches this week.
Yeah.
Don't you remember that game in Arrowhead? Antonio Pierce, I think it was on a Thursday. Maybe it was Thanksgiving or Christmas. What the heck it was?
Was that when they drove the buses around Arrowhead celebrating afterwards? I think. Yes.
Yeah.
They hung a banner for that. Morgan the Mongoose wants to know Dobbs, Wilson, or McCaffrey. All right, is that Emmanuel Wilson? Is there another Wilson?
I got no clue. Yeah.
It's the guy from Home Improvement. But
if it's Garrett Wilson, you're not starting him. If it's Emmanuel, is Washington a 4:00 game too?
They're all 4s.
Great.
Yeah.
Start Dobbs. Start Wilson if Jacobs is out. Start McCaffrey if not.
Yeah.
Yep.
What logo or graphic is on Jacob's hoodie?
That's a Snorlax from Pokemon.
What is a Snorlax? What?
Pokemon.
Okay. Sutton, Vidal, or Fannin? PPR.
Sutton.
I'm going to have to do the old, this is what I have them projected for. Sutton 14.9, Vidal 16.
Wow.
Okay. By the way, if we can get a Kyron Williams touchdown, I'm gonna celebrate a little bit on the air. I'll do a little celebration
because you're destroying me in the Superflex league where I'm
I need it in the podcast league.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I have more Kyron Williams than anybody, so
it's not like he's having a bad game IRL, but in fantasy he's having kind of a bad game.
They've gone to a series by series rotation in the second half. I think probably because the game wasn't competitive.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
Blake Corum got a goal line carry too earlier. They both did. They both got stuffed. I kind of feel like Kyron may have scored on that play. I don't know if anybody saw that. I wish I had seen a better replay, but then Adams caught a touchdown on the next play. All right, start 2 here. Waller, Taylor, Ingram, Otten, Carter, Pacheco.
Taylor and Otten.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say Otten and Pacheco. I guess you'd go with Taylor. He could get a lot of targets.
Taylor and Otten.
You would start Waller, right, Adam?
I would probably start Otten if I knew Ibuka were out. But since I don't, I think I would start Taylor for sure. And yeah, I think I would start Waller. And actually, I would give Ingram some consideration too, because seems like a safe 7.
You know what we haven't talked about yet?
What's that?
Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard.
All right. How about 3 minutes? We'll do a little 12:30 reset of all the headlines.
Okay.
All right. We need a wide receiver and a flex in full PPR. DJ Moore, Jordan Addison, Matthew Golden, Wan'Dale Robinson, Kamani Vidal.
I'll go Golden and Vidal.
Full PPR, I think I probably have Wan'Dale ahead of Golden, but they're really close. Yeah, I'll go Wan'Dale and Vidal.
over Addison. You guys you're sitting Addison for those guys?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. No one beats this show. Oh, you like the 12-1. On Friday, it was kind of an awkward moment. Someone asked me, like on the show, I think Jamie asked me which show I like better, the 8:30 to 9:30 or the 12-1.
Well, that wasn't awkward because you were on with the guys who were on the 12-1 and not with the guy. I think I know what you would answer right now and what you would answer between 8:30 and 9:30. I
don't think I answered, and I honestly don't know. They're both so good. They're both so different and fun. I think I like this one a little. I think I like this one a little bit more because I have more energy at this point. You know, 8:30 is still kind of rough. Pick 2: Scattaboo, Rico Dowdle, or Mike Evans.
Probably just Scattaboo and Dowdle. I don't know if you're going to wait on Evans there.
Yeah, right.
That makes sense. Yeah,
I think we feel pretty confident that Evans is starting, but not. It's not 100%. Can they move the game? Can they play now?
For real, all the ones you have to wait on, like even Darnell Mooney, like there's so like the Josh Jacobs thing, the 2 Tampa Bay guys. It's like it's all late games. It's awful.
It's annoying. Scattaboo or Dobbins?
Scattaboo.
Dobbins for me.
Okay.
But in full PPR, they're back to back. In it's half PPR, it would be even more strongly Dobbins for me.
Sure. Vegas agrees with you.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this should be a good
probably
game.
More like I agree with Vegas, but
DeAndre Swift or Devontae Smith?
Swift.
Yeah,
why did I say it as if Devontae's last name was also Swift?
I just hear from Jacob and so many others that like DeAndre Swift is kind of a must-start running back this week, and everyone feels a little bit gross acknowledging it. But it's just like, yeah, it's Swift.
Well, I mean, the Saints actually have been pretty good against the run. They are giving up a lot of fantasy points to running backs. So I take a look here, but it hasn't been as easy as of a matchup as I thought. They're not a layup. Let's see. Last week they were great against the Patriots. The week before that, Scattaboo had 6 catches for 45 yards, so he was good. They're not. I don't know. They're not a layup, but okay. And then I actually am pretty concerned about this Blake Corum development here. This is actually pissing me off quite a bit. Let's do our little reset now. It's 12:30. People, I haven't seen as many weather concerns today right now as I did at 8:30. I think people are not super concerned about it. And how about you, Jacob? Did you make any adjustments to your rankings based on weather in Cleveland and Chicago?
Yeah, I moved some of the guys with deeper ADOTs down, Jerry Jeudy and players like that. I adjusted a little bit on Olave and Waddle, Shaheed, just a little bit lower on those guys.
Okay.
Even Waller, I feel like maybe the way that he gets his targets, like maybe it affects him a little bit. And he's kind of touchdown dependent. So like if the game's just gross overall, like that affects him too.
Okay. Blake Corum, get out of the game. Blake Corum.
We have a source.
We do. What do we got?
Mike is on the ground in Cleveland, and it's currently raining and windy. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, it's kind of an ugly day. So, sorry. Josh Jacobs, we're waiting. We don't know. Hopefully he plays. It's a game time decision. Get Emmanuel Wilson. He's 24% rostered in CBS Sports Leagues. Start him if he plays. Other than that, Emeka Buka apparently might play. So we're not super jazzed about the wide receivers for Tampa Bay. Maybe Cade Otton. What about Heath? What is your thought on the Washington Commanders situation?
I have McCaffrey the highest. I think we should have a pretty low degree of certainty about which one of those guys is going to be good. I think all 3 of McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, and Chris Moore are in that 40 to 60 range that we talked about. So these are not guys you really want to start, but they are guys that you shouldn't hate starting in a pinch. And Zach Ertz is a top 12 tight end.
Yeah, that's a big.
But also he's hurt and kind of questionable. And somebody asked, like, it seems like Ertz and Fannin are in similar situations, and Ertz's offense is supposed to score like 10 more points. Why is Fannin so much higher? It's because Zach Ertz could get 6 catches and it's 45 yards. He's not.
Oh, that's so Fannon's going to be like this great yards per catch guy.
Fannon's much more likely to break tackles and create yards on his own.
Fannin leads all tight ends in yards after contact this year, I think, is to Heath's point here.
How many times does he have more than 45 yards? I don't know the answer to that.
I'm going to guess 2.
Yeah.
But he also didn't have David Njoku.
I was going to say that's a pretty good outcome if that's the case for the backup tight end for the Cleveland Browns.
Ertz or Hawkinson is this question in the chat.
Adam also thinks Fannin's not good.
No, I think he's terrific.
Ertz. 3 out of 7 games, Adam.
All right, 2 out of 7 with more than 48 yards. If I had just raised the bar. And look, they're the 2 games where he's had more than 6 targets. So we expect more than 6 targets for Harold Fannin today. Yeah. Okay. Does anybody like Alec Manor?
I like him.
I like him more than the Commanders.
Why shouldn't I like Josh Reynolds today?
Do we need to answer that?
I had a stat earlier in the week. I think he's had 12 games in the last 3 years with at least 6 targets, and he's averaged over 12 fantasy points per game in those games.
How many targets? 6?
6.
Yeah, I mean, they threw for 45 yards last week.
Yeah, one of the things is that a lot of times you think it's going to be this guy, and then it's Colby Parkinson with 47 yards, and Terrence Ferguson with a 31-yard touchdown, and Tyler Higbee with 6 targets, and Jordan Whittington has 4, and Tutu Atwell doesn't have a single target today, and Mumpfield caught a touchdown. You know, it's not always the guys we think. You know, that's life advice from Adam. Okay, what else? Kendrick Bourne. Yeah, I want to bring this up about Kendrick Bourne. I brought it up on the other show, but get your thoughts on it too. Jake Tongas, I think, had 18 targets in the last 2 games. And I know people were thinking, Kittle's back and that's going to hurt Kendrick Bourne, and it might. But Tongas has been pretty good. And also, I think Juwan Jennings would have to have a better game than he had last week. Otherwise, Bourne could still be in line for another good game, assuming this matchup isn't so tough, because this is the best pass defense in football, Atlanta, so far. So what are we thinking about Kendrick Bourne? Is he a top 30 guy this week?
Yeah, I've got him at 25. We've talked about like Trey Tucker and Romeo Doubs a lot. I'm just ahead of those guys.
So he's definitely behind Tucker for me. I think I have him in a similar spot. He's 29.
All right, let's get to some questions here. Rasheed Rice. Oh, go ahead.
Did you want to talk about the Panthers backs? I don't really have a whole lot to add. But I just thought maybe that slipped your mind.
I have this on the screen. Just we can answer this, and then we'll get to that. Rasheed Rice or Jordan Mason?
Rice.
Full PPR, it's Rice.
Half PPR?
Rice.
Probably Mason for me.
Okay. Yeah. Heath, you brought it up earlier, so I apologize. Carolina's running. I saw a question in the chat about Seattle versus Carolina. Their defenses, so that confused me. But Carolina's running backs, thoughts today against the Jets?
I think they're both wide range of outcome guys, and I expect somewhat of a hot hand approach with Dowdle getting the first opportunity because he's been blazing red hot. And this is the defense that has almost as many missed tackles as anybody in the NFL, which should be good for both of them. I've got Dowdle projected for 14 rushes and 3 receptions. I've got Chuba 10 rushes and 2 receptions. That puts Dowdle right around RB 18 and Chuba right around RB 36. But I think you could bump Chuba up a few spots just on the upside that if he has a good series, he may get a little more work than we're expecting.
That's great. I felt no real confidence in where I had these guys, but it sounds like I nailed it. I have Dowdle at 18 and I have Chuba at 29, and it's the start and end of a tier of guys that like have a really wide range of outcomes.
All right. Brian Thomas Jr. shaken up coming off the field, is holding his arm.
This is, I think, the second or third time that he's come off the field shaken up.
Either one of those running backs could have a really big game. I think they're both fine, like high upside starts, because to Heath's point, the Jets have really struggled to tackle.
Yeah, so for me, I've got a lot of Dowdle and a lot of Emmanuel Wilson. And if I knew right now that Josh Jacobs were out, I think I would just start Emmanuel Wilson. I don't know that. So in one league, I am starting Dowdle. In another league, I am sitting Dowdle and I have Wilson and someone else, that's fine. It's a bit of a risk. I could just play it safe and start Dowdle. It's not that safe to start Dowdle.
I do not think if Emmanuel Wilson was confirmed starting that I would have him ranked higher than Rigo Dowdle.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
I would, but I get it. I mean, like, the thing about Dowdle, he does have some downside here. They might alternate series, and
I don't think Emmanuel Wilson also is a full-time back if Jacobs is out. I think Chris Brooks will factor in.
Sure.
I think Brooks probably plays the passing downs. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure you would agree. It just matters how much Jordan Love's going to throw to his running backs on first and second down. Being in on passing downs doesn't always matter in terms of how many catches you're getting. Okay, let's see what else we got. MetLife is bad for calf injuries. I don't know if that's true. Okay. Yeah, the MetLife turf apparently, since they changed it recently, has actually not been that bad. I know that obviously a high-profile injury to Malik Neighbors, but all right. A.J. Brown or Mecca? You got to go A.J. Brown. We don't know if Ibuka is going to play. Travion Henderson or Kayshon Boutte in the flex?
Booty.
I would go Henderson. I mean, we're getting the Travis Hunter breakout game. We might as well take the Travion Henderson breakout game later today.
All right. Let's go with Henderson then. Yeah.
If Jacobs
put that to the test here. Henderson, Coker, or Bourne?
Bourne.
Yeah, I'll go Bourne.
Would you start Keenan Allen, Luke McCaffrey, Darren Waller, or Emmanuel Wilson if Justin Jefferson's out?
Keenan Allen is Jefferson?
Don't think Justin Jefferson's going.
Sorry. Josh Jacobs.
Yes.
Okay. You scared the crap out of me.
Keenan Allen is my highest ranked now. In full PPR, I'd probably still have him ahead of Emmanuel Wilson if Justin Jefferson's out.
Happy birthday, Jody McGee.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Jody. You know, when we're on the Beyond the Box Score, you want me to tell you my my story about when I accidentally ruled Marshawn Lynch out game. Happy to tell that story. It was pretty funny. All right. Shanna needs a running back and a flex. Marks, Vidal, Swift.
Vidal and wait. I was going to say
you're doing the running back part first.
And
he asked for a wide receiver.
Are you golden over McMillan?
Okay, he actually didn't ask for running back. God, jeez.
Okay,
I'm not feeling great.
We're going to start Tedero McMillan at wide receiver. We need a flex Jacob, and it's going to be either Kamane Vidal or DeAndre Swift.
Oh, yeah. I actually do have Swift one spot ahead of Vidal, but my mind went to Vidal. I guess I just want to avoid Swift.
I love DeAndre Swift, but I actually have Vidal just a little higher.
Wow. All right. Have May or Goff, McMillan or Vidal?
So this one, again, my mind went to Drake May, but I'm pretty sure it's Goff is higher in my rankings this week.
Goff.
It is Goff, yeah. And McMillan.
And Vidal.
Goff and
Vidal.
So the projections say McMillan, the rankings say Vidal.
Rankings it is. It'll probably we're not going on your projections here.
The projections are posted actually. Published.
Right.
They're both published.
Yeah, I stopped myself. Worthy or Waddle and Fields or Love?
I would go Love and Waddle.
Agreed.
Jacob
and I are more on the same page today. It's a big week for 75% of teams, and we're stepping up. Take care of them.
Who's your favorite Pokemon?
Yeah, that's not an area where we are on the same page.
Oh, you have different Pokemon takes?
No, my favorite is the same as Jacob's favorite.
Okay, good call. Waller or Pitts?
I think I have Pitts higher.
I do not like either one very much at all.
I have Waller one spot higher.
I've got Pitts at 17, Waller at 18.
All right. I go Waller. So
go see if Michael Mayer is available. You can start him over both.
Yeah.
There you go. Rome Odunze, Jalen Waddle, David Montgomery, Ken Walker. We need to start 2 of these guys in standard scoring.
I think I would go Dunze and Montgomery.
So, yeah, I don't look at my non-PPR projections very often. It's definitely Montgomery over Walker. I'm going to go with the 2 running backs.
I'm fine with that too, yeah.
I was going to go with the 2 receivers.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they're both in committees, these running backs. They both have tough matchups. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough call. Listen to whoever you want. Brisket or Chuck? What is Chuck roast? I don't know. Brisket.
5 touchdowns for Matthew Stafford.
On my
He
bench.
threw another? Oh, no, he has all 5.
He threw another to Adams. Adams got a 3rd.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Okay.
Brisket, why not? Fannin or Woody Marks in half PPR?
Definitely Brisket over Chuck roast.
Definitely Fannin over Woody.
Agree with both.
What's Chuck roast?
It's like a roast.
Oh, okay. But it's the beef?
What? I'm not sure if you can have a pork chuck roast or not.
Oh, okay.
It
Brisket.
seems like it should be beef, yes.
Addison, Bourne, Moore, Shepard, pick 2.
It's formed on the shoulder of the cow of a cow.
Brisket for sure.
I'm just gonna go Addison and Bourne here, and Brisket.
Yep.
It's amazing.
I agree.
All right, now that Jacoby Myers is out, Trey Tucker, Ladd McConkey, Mason, and Addison start 3.
The receivers.
I would sit Addison.
Wait, yeah, it's Jordan Mason, right?
Jordan,
Yeah.
yeah.
For full PPR, I would go with the receivers.
I would also sit Addison. Heath, good job. Good call.
Thanks.
Wilson Wilson to the air. Yeah, definitely Wilson.
Mhm.
We can all agree with Gamer.
If Jacobs is out, yeah.
If Jacobs is out, right? What time is the Arizona game? That's 4. Yeah, that's a late one. Okay, scrolling down to get some fresh ones. Kendrick Bourne or Jamison Williams?
Bourne.
Oh yeah. Not Adam though. Adam would go JMO.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm only here to break ties. Vidal, Bourne, Pollard, Evans.
Full PPR.
He needs an arm.
So like if we knew Evans was playing the whole game, I would go with Evans. But it's like if he's out and you have to start whatever Tez Johnson or Sterling Shepard or something, I would have rather started Bourne or Vidal.
I'd go Vidal.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Team name Tuesday on a Sunday. VIDAL signs.
Vital signs.
Yeah, Vidal sign. I think I stole that from someone. Feels familiar.
Yeah.
If Jacobs were out, would you start Golden? See, you can't start Travion in this situation. Don't start Travion because he's at 1. Would you start Golden, Bourne, or Emmanuel Wilson? Good question. I'd start Wilson personally.
Yeah, I would too.
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
Jacob, you've seen McGruber. You'd like McGruber.
Because of you and Dan, I've seen some McGruber clips.
Oh, that's it. Just clips. Did you watch The Chair Company?
Of course.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed. I couldn't.
Oh my gosh!
What?
I read the private chat. You stole that name from Thomas and just told him it was just okay when he came up with it.
The way I said it was better. I knew it felt like I stole it from the chat or something like that. That's so funny. Like in my mind, I was like, I feel like someone typed that in the chat. It must have been in the private chat. Schaefer came up with VIDAL signs, which is actually pretty horrible now that I think about it. We did that one. Kittle, Vidal, Rico. Need 2. I'm going to sit Rico down.
Yeah, I think so too. I actually have Rico ranked just ahead of Vidal, but I think you get just like I feel a little bit more safe with the 2 roles there with Vidal and Kittle.
Man, Vidal better be good this week.
For real.
Booty or Shepard?
I think it's Booty.
Yeah, I have Shepard ranked higher, but I am not ranking Ibuka, and that probably determines it.
Yeah. Okay, we got some ugly options. But you better not be talking about us, Vanessa. Charbonnet, Devontae Smith, or Bam Knight. Pick one.
Smith, half
I'd probably go
PPR. Yeah.
4th and 13. This play probably happened 10 minutes ago, but I don't know why I'm super behind everything. Here we go. Lawrence. I don't think I'm allowed to give play-by-play, so Lawrence does something. He's got a man. Oh, so close to De'Ami Brown scoring a touchdown. Did
But
Brian
they-
Thomas Jr. come back in the game, by the way? Anyone know? I think
I
he
have
probably-
not seen.
I've stopped watching that game.
I
checked.
moved on to setting my lineups.
Chuba Hubbard lined up first with the starters during warmups.
Oh boy.
Extremely reliable. Not that I'm making fun of the person who tweeted that. I'm
No,
not.
that would not necessarily change my expectation of what's going to happen. You don't lose your starting job because of injury.
Drop Daddle.
No, don't even say that. I hope you guys are going to agree with me on this one. J-Mo or Luke McCaffrey?
JMO.
JMO.
Kittle or Ferguson? Devontae Smith or Jalen Coker?
Kittle and Smith.
Ferguson and Smith.
Judy or Chris Moore or Luke McCaffrey?
I'll stick with Judy.
I would go with McCaffrey.
Oh, wow. I'm tanking in a dynasty league, and I started Jimmy Garoppolo today, and he's in the game.
Yeesh.
Fannin or Goddard?
Fannin.
Fannin.
Maybe I'll get some negative points from him. Maybe we'll take some knees. Love beyond the box score. Gibbs all the way. Dan. Anyways, I love the
Wow.
casual rip on Dan there. No, not cool.
Come on. man.
Wilson, Carter, or Chubbard, standard scoring.
I mean, at least Dan got a mention. Aren't you on Beyond the Box Score all the time, Adam?
Come on once.
A week.
Yeah, once a week. Yeah.
You're a regular.
Dan, everyone who criticizes Dan loves Dan. It's just like part of the fun. You should see some of the Beatles emails I'm getting, though. Wilson, Carter, or Hubbard?
Hubbard.
Yeah, I think that's probably the right call.
Okay. Hunter Henry, Tez Johnson, Ellick, Jalen Lane, or wait on Emmanuel Wilson.
We got to start two of these.
Now you can. Oh, two. Yikes.
And
So if you wait on Wilson,
started,
you have Tez.
they
And
already
Lane.
started Gainwell, so they're looking for upside. I would start Lane, and yeah, I guess wait on Wilson, and then start Tez if need be.
I would start Henry and then wait because Hunter Henry doesn't seem like an upside guy, but he scores 20 points once a month and then follows it up with 2 games of 3.
Do you think that Io Manor has upside? Like, do you?
Yeah. I would start Io Manor over that. He's my favorite wide receiver.
But I think we want Bo here to give himself a chance to start Emmanuel Wilson.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. We got Evans, Judy, and Ken Walker. Pick 2.
Evans and Walker.
Okay, that's good.
Kraft or Mason Taylor?
Kraft.
Yeah. It's another one where projections would say Taylor in PPR, but you can't sit Kraft's upside.
Kraft has a great matchup. Arizona has been really bad. 3 teams that come to mind as just being awful against tight ends, even though they may not be giving up the most points. The Bengals, who are giving up the most points, they're horrible against tight ends. The Seahawks and the Cardinals are 3 teams that just have been really bad. Adam is awesome at tennis. McMillan or Swift? Yeah. McMillan or Swift? Swift.
Half PPR, I'd go Swift.
There you go.
Okay.
There we go.
Jacob would not. That's okay.
Jordan Mason or Rico Dowdle? Yes, Chuba apparently lining up with the starters.
It's Dowdle for me.
Is it full PPR?
Half.
Half PPR. Yeah. I would go Dowdle.
Yeah. The good thing about Dowdle is, look, obviously this team wants to run the ball. They're playing the Jets without Garrett Wilson. They've got a really good opportunity to have a lot of carries in this game. So there are worse times to be in a split backfield. Are they favored? What's the spread? They got to be favored.
That one's gone back and forth, but at last I looked, they were 1.5 point favorites. They are currently 1.5 point favorites.
Ferguson or Dowdle?
Wow. Can we get a check from the projections on this one?
Yes, I've got Dowdle at 15.2. Ferguson at, Dowdle.
Yep.
Okay. Olave or Teteroa McMillan?
McMillan.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's actually Olave for me. That shocks me.
Yeah, Olave.
Devontae Smith, Teteroa McMillan, or Harold Fannin? Need one.
This one's McMillan.
McMillan.
FOE? No? Okay.
You don't like either one of them. You should pick Devontae Smith.
Fannin. I do like Fannin. We're starting Fannin in that league.
Yeah.
Should I play A.J. Brown or Quentin John? Oh, or Ladd McConkey, PPR?
Ladd.
Yeah, Ladd.
Otten or Mayer?
I have Otten higher, but Mayer's a good start. Like, yeah.
They're 7th and 8th for me.
If like Evans and Ibuka are playing, Otten definitely wouldn't be higher.
Yeah, exactly. Don't cook in plastics. Thank you, John. Great PSA. Henderson, Bam, Hunt, Keenan Allen. Standard.
Oh, gosh. I want to say Keenan Allen, but maybe another projections check because of the scoring.
Yeah. I've got Henderson. This is not going to be pretty. At 7 points in non-PPR. And I have Keenan Allen at 7.7. So, yeah.
I mean, Keenan Allen scores a lot of touchdowns. That's what you want, right? No.
Yeah.
Ladd or Olave? We'll go rapid fire here to finish.
Ladd.
Olave.
Harrison, T-Mac, Pittman.
I am really high on Pittman this week.
I'm still going to go Harrison. I get it, but I'm going Marvin. Heath, how about you?
I'd go T-Mac.
Oh, great. Rico, Kamani Vidal, or Matthew Golden, half PPR?
Rico.
Yeah. No, Vidal.
Vidal for me. Fannin or Mason Taylor?
Fannin.
Herbert or Caleb?
Herbert.
Yeah.
Jaden Higgins, Jalen Coker, Kayshon Boutte.
I think it's Higgins. It is.
I'm hopeful for Higgins, but I'm afraid we're going to get Xavier Hutchinson and Braxton Berrios.
You did answer your
Gosh.
question. J-Mo, Wandale, Teteroa, McMillan. We need 2.
I would sit J-Mo.
Yeah, McMillan and like Wandale if you want the floor, J-Mo if you want the ceiling, right?
You're sitting Wandale. Come on, folks. Living La Vidal Loca. Yes, it's even better than the one that Schaefer came up with, even though I think he stole it from me. Keenan Allen or Kendrick Bourne?
Keenan.
Yeah, I'll go with Keegan.
Dart or Darnold?
Darnold.
Dart.
Dowdle or Chuba Hubbard?
Dowdle.
Yep.
Adam is now Aizer static team name. Let's try to get some new ones here. This will be our last one. Kraft or Warren?
I think it's Warren.
I'm really can't wait to watch that matchup.
Warren. Yeah. Yeah.
And then Knicks or Darnold will be our last one for real.
Knicks.
I am not feeling much confident in Knicks these days. It's Knicks. Good luck.
Let's go Knicks. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Enjoy your afternoon. Good luck in your fantasy leagues. And we will talk to you about 7:30 to 7:40 p.m. YouTube.com/fantasy football today. Hit the like button on your way out if you enjoyed the show. Tell your friends and go get a win. See ya.